Hello everyone, I'm Auntie Kara, but this video is not for kids. This is another edition of book reviews for grown-ups who love fairy tales. Today we're going to be talking about The Unfortunate Side Effects of Heartbreak and Magic, which is by Breanne Randall. This is a book I read on my vacation, so it was kind of perfect for my vacation. This is a book that, I really enjoyed it, but I'm not overly crazy about it. It's a super cozy, simple read. It's a nice story to spend some time in, but it's not, all-encompassing, mind-blowing, get into my heart forever kind of a book. It centers around a witch who is also a really good baker. So this is kind of something that caught my attention because I also really love to bake. One of the cool things I will say about this book is her baking also is endued with magic, so there's things like scones that help you find your truth, and different baked goods give you different qualities in your life, and the townspeople know this, and even though they don't really fully understand it, it's just kind of accepted because the family has been in the town for so long. The thing I do really love about this book, though, is that there are recipes in it. So if you're a baker or someone who loves to cook, this is a cool one because you kind of read through it, and then these different dishes make their appearance in different significant ways throughout the story, and then there's the recipe at the end of the chapter of how to make them. So that was cool. I just made 2 recipes for Easter dinner. I made the chocolate pecan pie and the cherry cheese pie, which I actually changed to strawberry because I'm not very fond of cherries, but they were both really good and the recipes turned out great. As far as the story goes, it follows Sadie, who is a witch who, as I said, she's a baker and she has a lot of magic, but in this family, when you come of age, you choose to have your magic in addition to a curse. So to have your powers in this family means also accepting a curse, and her curse is the curse of 4 heartbreaks. So it kind of centers around her weighing the pros and cons of keeping her magic and the pain of these heartbreaks. It focuses around, lost love and lost family and grieving, and, those parts of it were some substance, but they weren't heart-wrenching. Like, it's still a very easy, light read. There's nothing, super heavy on the heart in this, at least not for me. That said, it does create a nice picture. It's a good, cozy, small town vibes kind of witchy book. So if you just want something simple to read that's light and you're on vacation, or you just want a little bit of an escapism, I would definitely recommend this book. It's not going to change your life, but it will, give you a few giggles and a little bit of magic for a little while. It's not terribly long too, and it's pretty easy writing style, so it's easy to get through, and overall I enjoyed it. It just, I'd probably give it a solid 6.9, 7.0 out of 10. I struggled to find passages to read to you guys that weren't spoilers. I think because there's not a whole lot of fluff in this book. It's very straight to the point. It's very conversational. It's a lot of interaction between characters, and I don't want to give anything away and ruin it for you guys. So I just have one quick little section to share, so as to not go into it too deeply. In terms of, who might like this book, if you love Gilmore Girls, you might love this book. If you love Charmed, there's a little bit of elements in there. I would say it's more definitely on the practical magic side of things than it is the Charmed side of things. Yeah, and like I said, not life-changing, but it's a fun little world to live in for a while. Alright, so I'm going to read the one tiny segment that I found. Usually I look for sections that, are super beautiful and blow my mind and tell the writing style and kind of the myth without ruining anything, but like I said, I just can't find that in this book. So I just have a little one for you, and it's kind of the beginning of a ritual. The brisk air brushed against her skin, waking her up fully. It was the coldest morning of the season so far, and she exhaled hot air into her cupped hands before rubbing them together. Excitement brushed along her skin like confectioner's sugar. This was it. She settled an old quilt on the cold ground and lined up the herbs, bay, fennel, and a clove from the bulb from a bulb of garlic. The crushed buckwheat next to it, a small piece of amber, and stick of selenite glinted in the dawn light. And there, in a butter-soft leather pouch, was the knot of Isis. Shaped like an ankh, but with its arms curving down, it symbolized life and would be the talisman she bound the spell to. So there you have it. As you can hear from that, there's lots of, references to cooking and baking. It's definitely kind of centered around that love of the main character. And I would, bet the author is probably really into that as well. So, if nothing else, if you love to bake, that's a good lure why you should read this book. Try out some new recipes. Yeah, it all fits in a neat little wrapped package, and it's a fun little world, even though it's not, mind-blowing and amazing. So that's my review. As it is a book that's not like in my heart as much as some of the other ones I've done, but it was a fun read, and if you check it out, don't forget to leave me a comment if you loved it. Tell me where I went wrong or what I missed. But otherwise, don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe to see more, and I'll see you next time. Ta-ta for now.